So without a doubt, one of the most popular anime of the 2020s so far has been Jujutsu Kaisen. The rise of this show and the following that it's gained over the past few years has been monumental, and I think the show rightfully deserves it. I think the two seasons that we've gotten so far have been great, and I'm already waiting on the third because season 2, the Shibuya incident arc, was absolutely insane. This video will be me sharing my thoughts and experiences with Jujutsu Kaisen. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So my first real exposure to the show was hearing people say that this was a Naruto copy. And I'm gonna be honest, I never saw it while watching the show. The only comparison that I could really see is the whole 2 male, 1 female trio with the sensei dynamic. And sure, Jujutsu Kaisen may take some inspiration from the Naruto series, but many animes take inspiration from others. But other than that, these shows are completely different. With Jujutsu Kaisen following the journey of Yuji Itadori from normal teenager to a Jujutsu sorcerer, who is the vessel for the most powerful cursed spirit in this world, Ryomen Sukuna. And all of this is developing into a really good story to watch. The power system of cursed energy I think is really creative. With all the abilities and techniques, it's made this power system a blast to watch. And it's also led to a bunch of great action throughout the series so far. The most recent example of this being Sukuna vs Mahoraga. And I'm sure we've all seen the fight by now. It was a masterclass. And I'm positive there will be many more fights like that in this series in the future. And side note, shout out to all the map animators. I know that job cannot be easy, but I hope they know that all their work is very appreciated. There are a lot of good characters in Jujutsu Kaisen. I feel like all the characters in this show mix together fairly well. But as we know, there is one character in this show that stands out. Satoru Gojo. If there's one character in this show that people know, it's Gojo. And I can understand why. I mean, he's an overpowered, insane, badass character. And he's becoming one of my all-time favorite anime characters. Seeing him tweak out in the hidden inventory arc made me realize that, yeah, he's different. But Gojo doesn't carry the show. Like I said earlier, I think there are a lot of great characters in this series. They all add something unique to the story. And I know as the series goes on, we'll meet many more. An aspect of this show that I didn't expect would be that good would be its humor. And the humor in Jujutsu Kaisen is hilarious. The way characters' faces are animated sometimes are just goofy as hell. Like at one moment a character's face could go from looking like this to this. To me, that's just crazy. But those goofy moments add a lot to the show. I think the villains that we've seen so far have done a great job at being villains. They push our main characters to new levels, and that's great to see. They're also pretty interesting. It's really interesting to learn in the Shibuya incident arc that Geto isn't really Geto, and that it's something else controlling Geto's body, and that deepens the story even more. You know I have to mention the opening and ending themes of this show so far. Banger after banger. I think that's one thing about modern anime nowadays, that all of the opening and ending themes are perfect. Now I want to talk about the two different sides of this show. And that's the side of the people who've read the manga and the people who've only watched the anime. Now, I'm an anime only watcher. I don't really read any manga at all. I usually just watch the anime. And that's on me. But when you only watch the anime, things tend to get spoiled from people who've read the manga. Especially when there's a manga as popular as Jujutsu Kaisen. So that is one downside of this series. But I've been spoiled on things before, and that hasn't changed how I felt when it actually happened. But in every negative there is a positive, and a positive that you can take away from that is that it shows how popular this anime is. I know for a lot of people this might be the only anime they've ever watched, but hopefully this show can broaden their interest in anime as a whole. Anime is changing, and I feel like Jujutsu Kaisen is one of the front runners in this new wave of anime. I feel like in due time, this new generation will see Jujutsu Kaisen like how we might see Naruto or Bleach. because so far, I think this new wave has been phenomenal. You can see how different it is compared to animes that came out in the late 90s, 2000s, and early 2010s. And I feel like if an anime stays on the track that it's on now, it'll become even more popular in the years going forward. As someone who used to hate on anime, I now want to see it succeed and grow to new heights. And I think Jujutsu Kaisen is a great show to help it do just that. If you haven't seen this show yet, I suggest watching it. There is a lot more to this show than what I've mentioned in this video. If you're into dark fantasy shonen, this anime is for you. If you've seen Jujutsu Kaisen, leave a comment on your experience with the show. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I've really enjoyed making these videos over the past few months, and I'm excited to make more content. Talking and learning more about anime has been really fun, and the support that this channel has been getting really means a lot. So that's all I got for this one. I appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you later.